to lesson 6 of Aya, Automate Your Appointments. Today we are talking about workflows. What are they? How do we implement them? Real quickly, workflows are automatic emails and text messages that you can essentially send. That's pretty much what they are. An automated message that you can send to the guest or to the host yourself or your team members. And you can apply that to certain event types. So without further ado, let's dive in. Let's go back to our Calendly home page. And do you see this tab right here? That's workflows. Okay. So let's go ahead and hit workflows. And now we could go ahead and start setting up workflows. Okay. Again, this is a premium feature. Now there's a couple different workflows that we could set up. So let me show you a couple examples. For example, we could text a booking confirmation to me whenever an appointment is confirmed, right? So I want that, like, got like too many appointments coming through. I want a text message. If an appointment is happening in a couple of hours, I need to know right away. And so you can select all or select what it is. You could choose when it happens, and then you can edit your message. Right. And there are these variables, and this is for every message where you can customize what's going to be in here. Okay. And so, hi, event organizer name. I know I'm the only organizer in this case. I'm going to say, yo, Elias. Blank name, person's name, scheduled this event, podcast interview on this date at this time. Text it to my number. Okay. Boom. Hit done. You're going to get a verification code. Want that set up. All right. And that's it. And now you could go ahead and have your text notification sent to you every time somebody books time on your calendar. Well, that's cool. We know you're going to show up, right? You better. What about your guests, though, your clients? You want to make sure that they're going to show up too. And so we are going to want to make sure we email reminders out. And so you can choose when that happens. I want it to happen a day before, for example. Maybe you want multiple reminders. And you can go ahead and customize this to read it however you want it to read. And in some cases, in the email reminder, you might have information that's specific to the event. And if that's the case, then you might not want to set it up in the workflows. You might want to set it up directly in the Calendly event. Okay, so let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to go back to my Calendly homepage, and I'm going to say, this workflow that we're building, sure, that works for these like 15, 30, 60-minute meetings. Cool. But my podcast interview meeting, I need specific info sent over to them, and I need specific info back. So, a workflow might not work for that because I want to customize it for that specific podcast. There's, multiple ways to do things as always. You could set up a workflow for your email reminder and apply it only to the podcast. Or you could come in here and you could set it up here, turn on your email reminders and build it out here. So you say, hey, don't forget, show up in a quiet room that's well lit. We're going to talk about these topics and send me your headshot, right? That can go in a reminder email that's specific to this podcast. Now, there are more workflows that you could set up. So, we did the reminder email, we did the text message to yourself. Now you could do a bunch of other things. So I'm just going to talk through these because the rest are, very similar, but I do recommend setting this up for your event types, depending on what they are. It is sending a thank you email, for example, right after the meeting. Great way to do it. Hey, thank you for being on my podcast. I'm going to need about 2 weeks before this episode goes live. Really appreciate it. Here's a free resource. And if you won't mind, please subscribe to my podcast, right? Great thank you email, automatic. Maybe it's a follow-up email after a sales meeting. Hey, thank you so much, for doing this, analysis or digital audit. I'd love to, show you, if you had to write a proposal, I'd love to schedule time to go over that proposal with you, or maybe it's an onboarding call. And so you can set that up in here too, right? And it's interesting. If you're a consultant, you could set the follow-up meeting to be something that they have to pay to access, right? And so you have a sales meeting, you explain it to them, the auto follow-up email happens, and then they can pay right then and there. Right, so these are really great tools. And of course, the text messaging tools are great too. I also send a text message reminder to my guest every single time. Another really important feature to help them show up on time. Alrighty, y'all, that was an overview of the workflows and some quick setup. I hope that was helpful. Catch me in the next lesson when we're going to dive into how to set up teams.